Anyone mention history has heard about a church? So her person one of the tax offerings, tax offerings, so it was tax offerings.
You've got your
More
you've
prepared.
got your iPad set up. Look into this one, not yours. Look into that camera there. They want to see you, not your other one.
A time with tax offerings is but one going on your church. But I'm checking my phone and here's my com. So
Interesting, Doc.
such as
All right.
4 hours routine.
Do you see that I've got my
So
social media stuff up there, Mitchell?
yeah.
Yeah, so that way they can see the different social media sites I'm on. I don't put anything really different on any of them. It's just whichever one you're using. The one for YouTube is important if you want to go back and see any of the other sermons. They're all categorized based on year, and titles are there. And I try to keep the same title for Sunday morning as I do Wednesday. And I just add devotion to it, and that'll be in the devotion side. So that way, if you wanted to see the back-to-back, how it expands out, right, Mitchell? Because I've done that for a while now of just kind of, it may end up being totally different, but it may be enough to kind of hit something a little different so you can understand it better. But the Facebook feed, it is not going to keep the lives up more than 30 days. So it's taking them down. I don't know if anybody ever goes back and looks at them or not, but if you want it to, they're there. All right, Mitchell, you ready? You gonna pray and then sing a song? What song you gonna sing?
Well, Jesus.
Oh, what?
Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah.
You're gonna sing Jesus now? All right, let's do this.
Lord, have Father and God this day. Lord, I pray that we're going to the church today. Lord, I'm church. What God is the power, is the worship of God. Lord, it's fruitful pray that soul, but what? Lord, is one God in church, one in the middle, the worship of God. Lord, is for I was for God was is like Lord, it is for God in the church. Lord, I pray, Lord, we pray in just that. Amen. I'm going to do a celebration.
You want him to stand in worship? All right, let me clear off all this other stuff, Mitchell. All right, go ahead.
True, all emanations, who is a promise, who never and come. This one, all the rising sun, Jesus, who is a rhyme, all above his dominance, who is the kingdom, down the reigns, where is freedom, for the sin abound us. Jesus, Jesus, who on all the waters, His speaks to the sea, who stand in the fire beside me. You are long and high, you lamb as a lamb. You carry my hand in His hands, Jesus. You raise His name and come in time of trouble. There is sun, cause name and night. You raise a voice and come and stone your riches. Who lives Jesus, Jesus, who brought all the waters, He speaks to the sea, who stand in the fire beside me, Human lying, you lamb as a lamb, you have in my hand in his hand, Jesus. Messiah, my Savior, there is power in your name. You my wagon, my Redeemer, there is power in your name, in your name. You run all the waters, you speak to the sea, you stand in the fire beside me. You are like a lion, your lamb as a lamb, you have in my hand, in your hands, God, you are all the waters, you speak to the sea, you stand in the fire beside me. You are like a lion as a lamb, you have in my hand, in all your hand, Jesus. There is no one like you, Jesus. There is no one like you.
There is no one like him, is it, Mitchell?
So
and you know what I ought to do? I ought to take and put this app on your iPad so that way I can have you share screen in your camera and you'd be able to see yourself on there because you want to sing into that. I just wanted y'all to see that he is singing into something, but it's a blank screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got that all from memory, don't you? He is something else, isn't he?
I think Mitchell is no bit like you, and
there's no one like you.
So, about what so when we do Rebirth, I mean my house screen.
Yeah. You want the verse? I'm gonna Mitchell, today I was looking at going over some of these, but I wanted to take a step back and really focus a little bit longer today on those verses that I gave to the graduates and in our remembering, because it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart.
We're chapter 3:35. It
is chapter 3, verse 5, yes, of Proverbs.
With this Proverbs, God is words is good command. The charge of battles is work made the church well as politics. God is forming the church. Now, harvestry, that's harvestry, in order to balance the church. That God always is his name. So, this story.
You have a story?
So it's about it's about the cop and we can't sneak. But my mom used to friend me. Some of my mom, she gives friend me. My mom's a cop.
I'm not even sure what you're saying. Your mom's a cop.
Yeah.
What?
A cup in the sink.
Oh, a cup in the sink. Okay, yeah. So yesterday, I know what you're talking about.
I did.
So we've got a cup washer thing. Mitchell, this has nothing to do with Bible study.
Yeah.
But you got a little cup thing. So you put your cup over top of the faucet and you push down on it and the water shoots up into the cup. And it's really nice. And so we're remodeling the kitchen, and we're having it done, and we were standing there talking, and Grace is standing there, Mom, Heather's standing there, I'm standing there. Well, we hear him over there doing the cup. Well, next thing you know, Heather goes, "What is going on?" And he's standing there with his hand over it. The thing has gotten stopped, and it's just shooting water everywhere. Hot water at that, right, Mitchell?
Yes.
Because it's the hot water.
No, I just shut down.
You wanted it shut down. So I finally got underneath there, shut the water off. I was like, I don't know, the lid's coming up and down. What I realized was the tray had come over and stuck it. So when he went to let go, it was not letting it go all the way up. And I think in a way, Mitchell,
yeah,
it's kind of how we are, is it not? that we sink down in the pit of our despair. We sink down in the pit of our worry. We sink down into the anxiety of our life. We sink down into the bitterness and the unforgiveness, the cares of this world, and then sin. Like when this thing was smashed down, like it's clear in the little tray. But what happened was as he pushed down, the tray comes over, and then it won't let it go back up. There's some of us that's hit a ceiling in our life, and we can't get past that ceiling. We're stuck, and it's making a mess. It's making a mess everywhere in life. It's making a mess in our marriages. It's making a mess in our relationship. It's making a mess in our finances. It's making a mess in your physical health. And the reality is that you're stuck. You're stuck in this moment, and sometimes you just got to shut everything else off. And the pressure, you got to shut it off, don't you, Mitchell? I mean, his shirt was soaked. Your shirt was soaked, Mitchell.
I mean, really so hard. I mean, saying that by the sober shirt and the harder mindfulness. I mean, I know what is safe. That why you did have.
You want to be safe. Yeah, and that's it. And the reality is that if we remember what the Lord did for us, it makes us going back to Proverbs chapter 3 so much more valid, because we're supposed to trust Him with all of our heart, which means the seat of our emotion, the seat of our anxiety, the seat of our worry, the seat of our despair and gloom, the seat of our goals and dreams and our ambitions, our hard-heartedness and all of that. We're supposed to trust Him to see us through, to take care of it. And the reality is that in the beginning, when that happened with Mitchell last night, I didn't know what was happening. I thought it had just broken off inside, and I thought, man, we're in trouble here. And then I realized, okay, I see what happened. It's that piece. It got pushed over, and it wouldn't let it come back up. Some of you are in that state right now because you continue to depend upon your own understanding. You keep dependent upon your own will, your own ways, your own mindset. Your own mindset, because the battle that Satan wages with us is within the temptation of our own minds, where we get caught up doing the things of this world and not focused upon the things of heaven. If you recall some weeks ago, and we'll get back to it here pretty soon, since you have been raised to new life with Christ, set your sights on the realities of heaven, where Christ sits in the place of honor at God's right hand. Think about the things of heaven, not the things of earth. And when we think about the things of heaven, it causes us to trust the Lord all the more. But see, we don't focus upon the things of earth. I mean, the things of heaven. We focus upon the things of earth. And in that, it causes dismantling of our hearts to where we sink down, and now we have no stable ground to which to stand on to chisel away at that new ceiling height, because the ceiling that you are facing now will become your floor of tomorrow. Mitchell, I just paused there for a minute.
Why?
Because I need us to hear this. Your ceiling of today will become your floor of tomorrow. The very hardship that you're facing, but see, you've got a blocker there that's stopping it from coming all the way up. And it's causing a mess in your life. The number one thing that you can do today is make the decision, I will trust on the Lord. I will not depend on my own understanding. I will seek His will in everything that I do. And I know He will show me which path to take. You see, the idea is that less of me and more of Him. And the more of Him I have, the higher the ceiling becomes and the higher the next step goes. And then I know that I'm on this upward trajectory. Are you on an upward trajectory? Or are you still sinking, going, wait a minute, I've got this big mess, I've got this big mess, I've got this big mess, and you haven't trusted Him, fully committed to Him. See, Christ from Sunday, where we read this, that Christ, yes, by God's grace, Jesus tasted death for everyone. He died for your sins. He died to give you a new heart. He died for this. And we know that this is true because we see it in life every single day. There are people who would never see you as good enough for them to give up everything for you. I don't know anybody that would give up some for me, right, Mitchell?
Yeah.
Not very many.
Yeah.
I mean, would you give up some for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Mama would give up some for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I don't like all in the Baptist. Only like the women's in the baptized. And
it is in that baptism that we see it. We are raised to new life, but that new life means that I must trust the Lord. It is an ongoing thing to where I now take and I say, I need a new floor. The ceiling that I'm facing, the things and the struggles that I'm facing, those are all ceilings that are stopping me and it's causing a mess in my life. And I need to trust God. And once I trust God, He's going to now make that ceiling a floor.
Yeah.
For me to be able to stand on and climb higher. What is it in your life today that you're not climbing higher for? What is it in your life today that you are not getting above the problem and the circumstances and it's causing more disaster in your life? Think about it tonight for the Bible study time. Heather's going to be at 5:45 with the women with talking about Hannah, and I'm going to be with the guys. Whatever guys show up, and each Wednesday it's been a different topic for us guys. So maybe you haven't been there to that, and you say, I don't know. Well, come, because tonight we're going to talk about overcoming temptation with men, and those temptations of our life. We kind of sink down into them, and then sin steps in, and it blocks it. And once we attach to the sin, to that temptation, and we do something with it, now we got this water shooting everywhere. We got this big mess everywhere, and now we can't get above it because the sin has us captive. And until you break the sin cycle and move it over and trust God with all your heart, it's never going to go above it and become your floor. We got to stop depending upon our own ways. We got to seek His will in everything that you do. That means with your finances. Are your finances lining up with the will of God for your life? Are the relationships that you have, are they honoring the will of God on your life? Is your physical health honoring God? Is your mental health honoring God? Now, I realize that we live in a generation that mental health is coming at the forefront. The problem with mental health coming at the forefront is that now we would rather give it a name than to give it the name. Meaning, in my life, I have found a ceiling that I can't get past, and I make it okay because the way I think is not correct. So because of that, now I have this mental hurdle, and we give it titles to the problem. But He wants to do so much more in you. And as He wants to do so much more in you, don't be impressed with your own wisdom, and instead fear the Lord and turn away from evil, which brings me all the way over to Romans chapter 12, where it reads, And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all He has done for you, and let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind He will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship Him. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. The mental side of things is vitally important. But many of us, we've allowed the sin, the struggle, the thing to sink us down, the temptations to sink us down, and now we have this ceiling. He wants to transform your life today. And in order to do this, we must realize that it is Jesus tasted death for everyone. We understand that it is by his stripes that we are healed, which means he wants to heal your heart. He wants to heal your mind. He wants to heal these things in your spirit of your life so you can be transformed by changing the way you think. And it says, then you will know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. So what are we called to do? We are called to seek his will. If I want to seek his will, then that means I must give my body as a living sacrifice to him, which means, here I am, God, send me. And then we must allow him to transform our lives by changing the way we think. How are you thinking? That is being a blocker to you making that ceiling your next step, your next floor. Mitchell, I didn't know that I was going to be talking about a sink and a cup, but you did it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me help you. Do it. All right, sing a song, man. What song are you going to sing?
World Edition.
What?
World Edition.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No way. Won't you turn it up a little bit more? My goodness.
Majesty, let honor rejoice, honor rejoice. Lion bird and I, like cloud and I, you're my God, you're my God. Lord, can we learn all I want? Can we sin it out? Lord, can we elevate it says, and time and says, hands, get out of it, get out of it, says the Lord of soul. Time be never of name, worthy of our praise. I would say how great that God. You never of name. You are worthy of all Mercy, heart say, how great the God. Great a God, sing me away. A God, always see away. How great the God. How great a God. Highway, 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 God. So say, oh, highway, God, yeah, great, see, God. Boy, highway, highway, that die. Shine, wait up, guide me, wait up, set up a day, and shine, wait up.
Awesome job, Mitchell. All right, you going to tell them to have a good day?
Good day.
Have a good day. All right, we will see you again on Wednesday or Sunday morning. Hey, if you're seeing this before it's 5:45 and you're in the Henderson area, come join us. If you're a guy, you're going to come with me. If you're a lady, you're going to go with Heather. If you're a youth, you're going to go with Mitchell and Caitlin. If you are children, a child age, you'll go to Jeff and Holly's room. If you're nursery size, then you'll go into the nursery, right, Mitchell? All right, say see you Sunday morning at 8:45.
Yeah.
Online 10 a.m. where we gather. We can't gather here. I don't even know you're on here. There may not even be anybody watching this, Mitchell.
Yeah.
May not be anybody to watch us.
Yeah.
But we didn't gather. We just joined in, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you doing your best. If you can't be there in person, this is the next best thing, but don't use this as the thing.